Right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Recently we did the Chocobo Racetrack and it was really cool, but now we have better cards, or at least newer cards from Edge of Eternities that should work with it, and we might be even faster and even stronger than last time. Starting at the top, we have some Llanowar Elves, because we still want to play stuff on time, and we added more mana creatures this time. But we do have some Get Lost just for some catch-all removal in tight spots. Intrepid Paleontologist, because again, we need to ramp up, but we also need stuff to deal with graveyards, because I expect there's going to be a lot of that. Couple of Tender Wild Guide. This is one we don't play that often, but it does actually make a token, which is pretty cool and fits in here and gets us any color. Lumbering World Wagon, just a way to go search for some lands, keep us on pace. And then we have Felidar Retreat, which is actually really cool. You play a land, you get a token, or you get to pump up your team. And what's the best thing to pump up? An Ouroborid, because if you have a bunch of tokens and you put counters on this, then all your tokens get twice as big, and then it's just kind of silly and the game's over. Elspeth Stormslayer. Yeah, just make more tokens, or make the tokens you have fly. I don't know, this goes in so many decks. The card's just stupid. But Exalted Sunborn, this is another one that you can double up your tokens. Even if you don't hit 5 mana yet, you can just warp for 2, make a couple tokens, play this later if you want, play multiple things in a turn. It's life gain against the red decks. It's doing a few different things. We still have a couple of Chocobo Racetracks because, you know, still good making birds that get bonuses. But also one copy of Social Engineering. This is kind of the same, but we can warp it for 2, and then we're making 2/2 robots instead of making birds. But we'll see if either matters. I just wanted one copy. We'll see how it works. If not, we'll just add another Chocobo Racetrack. Then some Overlord of the Hauntwoods because, well, more land is good, obviously. And Shamil, the Inner Sun, because why not? If we can get any of our other important cards for free, that seems pretty good. And we're also going to play a planet, Adagia, because if the game goes long and we're able to go ahead and start copying our racetrack or copy a Felidar Retreat, like that seems pretty good. So we'll just give it a go and see what happens. So yeah, if you like the last version and you want to play an update, there will be a link in the description. After you get to the end of the video, you need to watch the video first to help us out around here. Then the trade-off is you'll have a link that takes you over to Moxfield where you can download it, you can play it, have fun with it. But if you just want to buy some Magic cards, be sure to do it over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. You can use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, and it'll save you 5% on your whole order, which is great because even the new Edge of Eternity stuff is kind of pricey. But all that being said, let's go see if we're faster and furiouser than last time at the racetrack. Okay, this isn't particularly good or bad here. I guess we're going to keep it because we can just Llanowar Elves, see what happens, maybe play a Felidar Retreat on time. Would be nice if we found, I don't know, like World Wagon or something, but even if we find another mana creature, it's not bad. Because if we find another mana creature, then we can just play Social Engineering on 3, and that's probably good. I do also like the fact that this is enchantment and, you know, the racetracks, I think, artifacts, so you get some variability depending on what the removal cards are the opponent has. Alright, what are we up against here? If this is just the Landfall deck, then we need to find another mana creature, because if we don't get these out and double up, we're probably not going to do a whole lot. It's probably not worth blocking. I lied, I could have blocked. I guess, actually, I messed up there. I should have just paid 2 and made a 2/2. I forgot about warp. I could have warped and made a 2/2. That would have been actually the right call. So that's a little bit dumb. I could have had a 2/2 blocker there that would have had some value. And maybe could have got a token on the next, or a +1/+1 on the next turn. Like, who knows? Why is the opponent not playing anything? I'm very concerned right now. I guess we just Elspeth? Make it 2/2? Play Elspeth, make some 1/1s? I mean, this hand was not very good. I don't know, like, the opponent has infinite mana. They're going to drop a 7 mana thing here this turn? Nope, they did nothing. I don't... Alright, I guess we're going to go full send? This is crazy, but okay, y'all get to see this in action, I suppose. This is weird. I feel like we just goldfish the opponent. They didn't look like they did anything here. Do they have some crazy card I'm forgetting about? Oh, I also could have done engineering to get more bodies here, I guess, but whatever. This is a billion damage in the air. All right, I don't even know. That was a real game on the ladder that just happened. Okay, I'm keeping this in because we got to see the cool interaction of the cards or whatever, but this end was not good. I had a play mistake. Opponent literally just played mana sources for 5 turns. You got to see what the deck can do. Let's see if it does this in regular matchups the rest of the way. Okay, let's hope this works. We obviously would still love to draw another untapped land. The one saving grace is that if the elf doesn't die, then we at least have 2 mana creatures we can play to kind of catch up a little bit here. Authority of the Consoles. Well, they're going to get a lot of life off of our stuff. Where do we want to go here, though? We play that next turn anyway, so yeah, we're only going to cast 1 spell here. Attacking for 1 doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but not enough that we care. I'm assuming this is just mono white token sweep the board stuff. So we're gonna have to buckle down with the idea of we're gonna be playing a very, very long game of Magic. And we kind of need them to use their stuff that can kill artifacts and enchantments earlier, because we need our token makers to survive this type of game. Yeah, split up's fine. Like, annoying, but whatevs. Alright. That's reasonable, I guess. We do now have our creature land that we can attack with, so that's something. Want to get rid of our Overlord? Nope. They're just like, F that vehicle. We're tired of its crap. Oh, Racetrack. Okay. I was going to do something else, but this works. Gain some life, lose 6. Yep, I assumed there would be sweepers. This is why getting these was going to be a very big deal here. Okay, let's go here. Make a chocobo. Well, 2 chocobos, actually. Alright, pass the turn. I assume these will get swept as well. Yep. Okay, that's not the worst thing, actually. Go ahead and make 2 bodies here. That's why we need Felidar Retreat, because it's an enchantment, not an artifact. Let's go ahead and get in with the land. Why not? All right, good old Caretaker's talent. We got a Chocobo Racetrack again. I guess we activate one of these. Go attacking. Man, if we'd have had the Felidar Retreat earlier, we'd have been gold right now. I think I'm going to just pass here, because attacking with these just means they just make a token and block and draw a card. Yeah, we can pump these. That's fine. And we see what we get for free here. Though this is where things start getting good for us, because now we're getting free things while they're sweeping the board. We need them to not get another Ultima. Okay, this helps. Because now it's an enchantment that gets to live behind if they have another Ultima. So that's good. Destroy all untapped. Ha ha! Look what we get to do with these. How you like us now? Plus, we could have just tapped to activate a land anyway, but you don't even get to destroy anything. Unless you got another one. That was filthy. Alright, well, here we go. Feel free to kill some lands, block, do whatever you want to do here. Alright, opponent's at 10. No need to add anything else to the board. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. Get that out of here. End the turn. You got it. Oh, Elspeth, that's going to be a problem. Lucky for us, we have lots of ways to keep making duders. Let's go here. To attack into old Elspeth, because they will definitely block. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and just make 2 bodies here. We will take that. Granted, they get to gain some life, but we also make a bunch of dudes. So we're trading, but we are getting +1 from our prairie, so it all works out. Got another sweeper? Nope. They can go search for a card, though. They are not choosing to do that. No clue why, but okay. Yeah, attacking would be silly there. That was about to be real wild. So I have to send everything into Elspeth to attempt to try to kill it, which we're not going to be successful. So, what's the best thing to do here? If I activate our land... Huh. No matter what, we're activating this. And then we could tap 2 things, send all 3. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to tap, actually, wait. Let's crew this with this and this, because it's got to be 4. And then we can threaten a big hit at the opponent. And we'll just send the smaller ones over here. They're going to gain some life, and it'll be a whole thing, but that's fine. Oh, crap. I clicked through. I meant to get a land there. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, that was an accident. What do we get here, though? Alright, paleontologist. Sure. I mean, we could always just get our Elspeth and just come over the top, too. If we get that, we just win. That's not even a question.
I welcome all allies.
Sure. Alright. You got builder's talent? Yeah, let's just top deck Elspeth in this. Like, what are we doing at this point? There we go. Just ask and you shall receive sometimes. Oh no! It tapped my... Oh, Arena! No! Are you serious? I was gonna activate my creature... Why? Why? Why would it even remotely tap that? We have all this other... Oh, man! Oh, no. Do we still have enough? If I activate this, we attack... That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 exactly if I don't get a land? Okay. Yeah, we'll tap these. I think that math is right. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right. Whew.
Sent on wings of light.
That almost ended up poorly. We actually need to not search because we only get... They'll gain 4 to us only dealing an extra 2. So we're going to decline. Like, they can go search, but I don't think they have anything for 1 mana. So I don't feel threatened here. All right, Exaxes. Wow, crazy. Yeah, if this was untapped, we still would have had 5 lands, and that's what we need to activate this. And even if Arena... yeah, I guess because these are multicolor, it doesn't want to use them. But I was just like, if we'd attack with that, the math would have been way simpler. I just activate that, activate the World Wagon, and then we just attack, and then the extra +1 is way lethal. But whatever, we got there. We'll move on. Ooh, let's mulligan this. Ah, that's not much better. Okay. Well, that's tough. Gotta play this. Okay, feels like a little bit of good, a little bit of bad going on here. They're obviously sitting on some kind of removal. I guess this is where they'll play the room. No, they only have 2 lands. Okay. Well, they're not going to be able to kill World Wagon easily with just black mana. So we might play around with the idea of just making a lot of tokens here if we can, somehow. Playing Ouroborid is probably not the way to go. Here, discarding cards, like, oh, yeah, well, you do make a sacrifice a thing. That is relevant. I think I'm just going to go Overlord here. They obviously will have removal. That's fine. This at least sets up situations where, depending on what we draw, we could play 2 things. Try to double up some stuff. Like, if we were to draw, say, one of our enchantment or one of our token makers, or not, we could just do that. Pass the turn. I'm going to hold on to the Fable Passage, because if we can get any of the token makers with the Exalted Sunborn in hand, that could be reasonable. Especially if the opponent's going to be playing all the spot removal. You know, I'm willing to play this, just to see what cards they're willing to play here. Obviously, this is going to die. They're going to be too trigger happy on their removal, obviously. We're okay with that. Anything we want to remove? Maybe. I don't think it matters, but sure. Yeah, the only reason we're losing here is because we didn't find any of our other artifacts and enchantments. Yeah, anything else, we'd have been solid right now. All right, come on, deck. We have like 6 or 7 of them. Ugh, backup Sunborn, huh? That's not what we want. All right. We just have to be patient for now. We do have a creature land, but they just have spot removal, so that's not really worth wasting here. They're just playing a removal-heavy black deck. I'm sure they have sweepers or something. Let's go ahead and play this. It'll thin the deck out. Again, they probably have another get rid of our vehicle. In the turn. I mean, if they don't get rid of it, we could always just play an Exalted Sunborn straight up and then just crew the vehicle. I mean, that's a reality of a thing we could do. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about them having multiples of that thing, but that could be a problem. I mean, I guess we don't... I mean, we do have an... Oh, that's it? Have you ever won a Magic game that went 7+ turns and you really didn't do anything? I don't know what's going on the ladder today, man. Like, these are some weird situations. Opponent literally just had a handful of removal, I guess. And then, because we got rid of the one thing that would let them get something out of our graveyard, I guess, they just scooped. I guess their concern here, though, is we now could, well, what do we have? Enough mana that we could just play Exalted Sunborn. We could crew the vehicle. We could play Ouroborid. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, I guess we could. That'd be a lot of damage. So, I don't know. Maybe. Weird scenario, though. We'll keep this. I wonder if our opponent had that username forever, or is a new player who just got that when we made Final Fantasy cards. Because if so, that's kind of sweet. Like, you had the name and then it just stands out now that we have Final Fantasy stuff. Also, has anybody else's, oh, I don't know if I want to give them, this is, okay, exile target creature from a graveyard, there's put there this turn, this creature. We have to sadly kill this, right? Like, we can't just let this live. All right, I'm just going to pass. I want to play an Ouroborid there, but, like, if we play that and then they get it, that's the sickest bad situation for us. We can't have that. But, yeah, what I was going to say is, has anybody else experienced the Arena client, like, randomly slowing down? Because I had that happen during the early access thing, and I've been noticing it a little bit more lately. It doesn't do it all the time. It's just like after I've been playing for a while, you'll see like the graphics start moving slowly. But if I just restart, it seems to fix itself. So I don't know. Yeah, let's just get rid of Cactar. Oh, wait. Does this have to be used as a sorcery? Sick. All right. Well, we do it, then they do it, then... Yeah, that's the right thing to do here. So then we have to just kill the Cactar again. So it's whatever. But it does slow us down. I mean, we have to get it in case they have a way to protect it or something. Yeah, so we did the right thing. If we'd have tried to play either of our other cards, that would have just ended up badly for us. So I'm assuming they're going to reanimate something with this. What do we got? Arden. Okay, Arden, not a lot of action over there. Okay, what do we want to do? If we Racetrack, Arden gives something flying. Copy exhibits a 5/5 demon. Demons you control have menace, lifelink, and haste. All right. Well, don't know what I want to do here. I kind of... I'm going to do this. There's not a lot of things in the graveyard. You know, they can get our Paleontologist after, but Arden's probably just going to get Abyssal Harvester. I mean, I would assume so. Like, this is what you do here. I mean, you can get my creature. I don't mind. I mean, I guess you really need mana. Surprised they didn't get their Harvester, though. Truthfully. Okay. So we can play this one. And then get 2 Duders. I mean, we're probably still dead next turn. I guess there's a world if we get or get an untapped land, we could Ouroboros. All right. Okay, we're dead. Good job, opponent. Yeah, we just didn't do much in that one. Oh, no. We got like the expensive end of the deck. All right. Well, can't do anything about that. This will keep... Oh, man. All right, I'm going to put this on the bottom. Duress. Well, all right. We almost got rid of the Chocobo racing earlier. And I guess had I done that, we wouldn't have lost anything here, but such is life. It's okay. Yeah, and there's another one anyway. Let's go with this. Try to be mana efficient here. They'll probably make us discard a card. Well, not necessarily. Some decks are just playing Duress to play Duress. Oh, is our paleontologist dead? It is indeed dead. And they didn't put anything in the graveyard as far as Reanimator type stuff. So this is an interesting thing where, like, we could warp this to make sure it's not in our hand. I don't think we want to do that, though. So I'm just going to do this. They know what we have a Tender Wild Guide. If they want to kill our Line of Elf, so be it. I just sort of want to wait because there's a chance we can get 2 creatures out of this instead of just 1. And that makes it even better that we can. Ooh, Ouroborid. That's sweet. I mean, we're going to end up having to just chump block that at some point, so that sucks, but whatever. I'm going to let that hit us, actually. Someone's probably wondering, like, why'd you let that through? That's crazy. And I'll admit, it is a little bit crazy. Oh, they're going to sack their dude. Okay, cool. I ain't mad at it. That could have been a much different situation for us. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and get some damage in. Why not? Obviously, if you have a kill spell, we're going to see it on this Ouroborid right now. Yep, rightfully so. Just paid the iron price, as we say. I'm going to go ahead and get this down. And then there is a world where if we feel like we need to play another one, we can play Exalted Sunborn and we'll get 2 land tokens, maybe. Got another kill spell? Because it seems to be that's all they're playing. Removal and this slasher dude. The interesting thing here is I don't even know if I want to play the Sunborn pre-combat if they don't play anything here. Oh. Okay, well, that's a thing. Okay, new plan. Because we get to do this, and attack, and make a body. Alright. Opponent's at 9. Deep Cavern Bat. Boy, you're going to love this hand. I assume you take the Exalted Sunborn. However, Hauntwoods is pretty good here. Wow, opponent's going for it here? Well, I was going to say, alright, so this is interesting. We can make a thing and play this. I think we just play this straight up. And then what we do is we just give our stuff a bonus. And we attack. Then we just get another... Oh, I should have got the body first, then got the bonus. Actually, wait a minute. What's the opponent at? They're at 9? So if we make them take 4, they'll be at 5 and then at 3? Well, they can always chump block here, I guess. We'll make another duder. Just to be on the safe side. Alright, they're going to 4. Another slasher, makes sense. And a duress, but we have a creature. Oh, that is awesome. Can we do both of these? We can. Yeah, we'll play this. And then everything gets a +1, and then everything gets another +1. Yep, that'll do it. I don't know, the previous version of this, we had people saying like, well, you can't beat the black decks if they have a bunch of removal, or you can't beat the decks that have a lot of sweepers. And we've kind of done both in this video already, and we did it last time too. And the previous version, well, we'll talk about it at the end of the video, but we'll talk about the differences in both. But either way, hey, this was a good win. It was a tough game, but it worked out in our favor. Even with the opponent getting whatever, like 7 extra cards during that game. Oh boy, do we keep this? I guess the answer is yes, but boy, this feels rough. This is one that feels like it could go south if we're not careful. I should have just played that Restless Prairie too. That was dumb. Yep. For this very reason. Now we have to draw an untapped land for any of this to matter. Yeah, that was just bad. Yep. Yeah, if we could have played a turn 1 elf here, maybe this looks a little bit different, because then we could have played Paleontologist on 2 and done a little something, but now I think we're just going to be too far behind. Chocobo. Okay. This could let us kill Tifa, at least. Can we get an untapped land? No, but that's not bad either. Let's go ahead and use this and get rid of Tifa while we can. And we need this because we need this land to be untapped next turn. Either for purposes of playing 2 things if we find a land, or just playing Elspeth straight up, possibly. They have no more landfall things? Because you wouldn't play that before a landfall creature, right? Yeah, that's fair. Guess all the better we played that Fable passage out. I was going to say, is there another Bushwhack? Because that would have been gross. Yeah, might as well attack your opponent. What you doing? Come get us. Yep, makes sense. All right, let's crack this. We will go get a Plains. So I'm assuming, rightfully or wrongfully here, that they have a bunch of defensive spells. So I think what we would like to do is play Felidar Retreat now. Play a land, make a body. Now, it's also possible, I would think on this turn, that it could have been more responsible to play Elspeth, make 2 bodies, with the assumption that if they were to get something else, we could remove a thing. I don't think we could use Elspeth to get rid of Chocobo here. I think they have defensive cards in hand. Snakeskin Veil or whatever, what have you. So we almost need to get into a situation where we try to use Elspeth, then we hit it with the Get Lost and hope that gets us there. Alright, this will make 2 bodies. At least put a little pressure on the Chocobo. Alright, there's a Mossborn Hider. We'd much rather kill that anyway, if given the opportunity. We're going to try our best. Now, will we get there? Who knows? But we'll find out if they start using all their lands here. We're going to have to bank on them only having 1 Snakeskin Veil. It's basically what this whole plan hinders on. So, let's try it. Oh, they don't have any? Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Get them. Get everything. Wow. Wow. Couldn't have guessed it was going to be like that in a million years. Yeah, now we're just going to go for damage. Let's just start moving that clock forward. Alright, end the turn. This is sick. Yeah, because now we just Elspeth over the top no matter what they play here. Oh, it worked. Oh. Okay, we get to go first. I feel like that has been a little bit of a rarity the last couple days for me. All right, let's play this duder. Now, this is an example where if our creature lives, we're probably... Oh! No, we don't have enough mana. I was going to say, being able to do this and then get, like, 2 things, but that doesn't really work that way. But it does get us a Felidar retreat. We love to see that. Don't kill my creature, please! Oh, Fenrir. What are we doing here? This is well, no, there's nothing in the graveyard yet. I was going to say some type of reanimator pile. Let's just get an untapped land here. That's not an untapped land. Okay, well, I guess we just make 2 dudes. Because that makes sense. And then next turn we have more options. Another Fenrir, okay. Whatever's going to happen to us is probably about to be bad. I don't know what it is. Okay. They definitely need stuff in the grave. Oh, is that just a Yuna deck? I bet you that's what it is. Oh, we didn't get there. Dang it. All right, I guess this is kind of all we can do. We didn't draw land. We finally got into a bad spot here. Yep, and then Yuna, get a dude back. No, it's that guy. That's worse, actually. So now we have to find a land or we're just dead, basically. All right, well, here's hoping. I mean, we really need to find a couple of land off the top if we're being real. But whatever. Being able to copy that summon is sick, though. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Since we don't have 5 lands yet, let's go ahead and pay the warp on this one. Let's pay the warp on this one. Let's make a pile. We're just going to make all the dudes we can make. And then we're going to do this again. Actually, on this one, do we consider making +1/+1s? Because we're going to, yeah, let's do it on this one. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to choose. Just so there's a little extra value, we can try to end the game, potentially. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Llanowar Elf here. I probably could have done that sooner. I was thinking about holding it, but we're really needing to just draw more untapped lands at this point. All right. Also, if our creatures live, this gives us the ability to cast these or just play Shamil or whatever. This is crazy, though. Like, we went from 1 dude on board to 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in 1 turn. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. I ain't gonna lie. And the opponent was set up to do nasty stuff this turn. But now they're staring at lethal. Especially if we get a land, for sure it's lethal. Yeah, you copy that, kill a thing, whatever. They're like, kill that Llanowar Elf to make sure you can't cast things. I mean, they're just dead, right? You block 3 things and you're still taking... Oh, okay, well... Well, yeah, you still only have 3 blockers. That doesn't change anything. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3? Or more. We're into it. Yeah, just plus them up. It doesn't matter here. All right. All right. I don't know what to say, y'all. This run was 7-1. Even if we say, you know, the blowout that the opponent scooped early, the opponent that just played lands the whole time, that was weird. We still went 5-1. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't think it's, and whatever that is, a 90% or 80% deck or whatever. What is that? 88%, right? That's probably not accurate. It's probably still closer to a 60% deck or 65. The previous version stayed in 65 to 70 range when I played it, so this deck's still good. If anything, I think if you notice when we play the games, look at how you have to sequence your cards and when to value certain things. You notice there was a lot of times, like say against the black deck, I wasn't just running a creature out there knowing it was just going to die. Like, it has more value, especially with the warp costs on later turns if we want to mess around and do some stuff, right? So it makes sense to not rush those out there. But hey, if you want to practice with it, take it into play queue, have some fun. There'll be a link in the description. I don't think I'm going to do any updates to this except what I would recommend is that if you want to worry about graveyard stuff, I think playing some scavenging oozes in the list where you're missing other cards will help solve that problem. But otherwise, I think we're good. That's the only change I would probably make in this list right now. But yeah, have fun with this one. Don't forget, shop over at Tales Adventure. Use my code, save some money. That's important. And then if you want to get extra videos or get private deck help or be part of a special project that's going to involve your recommendation for the channel, become a member down below. Otherwise, just watch another video and watch it all the way through because it always helps and it's always free. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.